Hola, what's good? So yeah, no, basically what I'm gonna be doing for the next few tutorials, I'll be doing tutorials on Fruity Loops, but specifically how to make South African house music on Fruity Loops. So I'll be teaching you guys that. Um, I'll assume that you don't know Fruity Loops at all. While doing these tutorials, I'll be teaching you how to use Fruity Loops, and then at the same time, I'll basically be teaching you how to make South African house music on Fruity Loops, kind of thing. So I'll be assuming that you don't know how to use Fruity Loops at all. You don't know anything about Fruity Loops. You have the software, but you don't know how to use it. So that's what I'm going to be assuming here. So if you feel like I'm too slow or whatever, then okay, cool. But you're just gonna have to excuse me because yeah. Otherwise, yeah. So let's say you have your software, you have your Fruity Loops. First thing you wanna do is you wanna open it, just like I did. So you wanna open it. Odds are it's gonna pop up with something like this, with that there, and maybe that thing there, like that. So that's probably how it's gonna look like your Fruity Loops. So what you wanna do next is you wanna go here. You wanna go to File. Click on File, New from Tablet. Wait for that thing to open up. Click on minimal and then go to empty. You want to select empty, so click on empty. Then it's just gonna go like that. It's gonna open up like that. So yeah. So now that that part is done, now let me explain a few things about this part here. This part here might be different for you. Maybe it might be something like this. I don't know, whatever, But my point being is these things they move around. As you can see, I can move it anywhere I want. So you can click here at the side where there's these little dots and you just move it to whatever you want. So I'd recommend that you have this part here which has a play, stop, record, this whole thing here next to this one here, because these two, this whole part here and this one here, are the ones you use the most. These two, one, two. Those are the two you use the most. So you want to have them right next to each other. I recommend you have them next to each other. So yeah, so this is your play, this is your stop, this is your record, this is your tempo, BPM, whatever you want to call it. That's your, yeah, that's the bit. Say it's tempo, yeah. So yeah, this is where you choose your pattern sequence. You want to understand what I mean when I say you choose your pattern sequence when I explain everything further. This is your playlist. This is where you're gonna lay down your track. This is where you're gonna be making your track, the full track. This is where you're gonna be making the beats of the track. This is where you're gonna be making the beats of the track as well. And then this is where you're gonna find the different sounds. And then this is your mixer. So when you're doing your mixing and mastering, this is where you're gonna do all that stuff here. So that's basically it. Then the rest is, don't mind the rest. And then another thing to note is that with Fruity Loops, wherever you put your cursor on, whatever you put your cursor on, it's gonna show up here on this screen. So you just observe the screen here as I put my cursor on the play button. So you see it's empty right now. My cursor on play. You see, then it says play, pause, stop, record, master pitch, master volume, all those things there. So if you don't know what something is and you don't understand what it is, just go put your cursor over it and it's gonna tell you metronome. What is this? I don't know. Scrolls to reach time markers, whatever, etc. So that type of thing there. So you always have that. Put your cursor over it and you can over it and you can see what it is. See, so automatically you know that's a mixer, that's your browser, that's your piano roll, that's your step sequencer, and that's your playlist. Yeah. Sharp. So what else is there? So excuse me. So now let's cover all the basics so that when you go to the next tutorial, we're going straight to producing and making the typical South African type of house track. So what you wanna do first is you wanna reduce your BPM or your tempo. Typical South African house music track is between 123 to 126. 123 to 126. Above 126, 127, really on like really rare occasions. So you wanna take it. I'm gonna put it on the most common, which is I'll say is 125. But then I said, okay, let me just leave it on 125. So yeah, so how do you get it down? You just click and then you scroll down with your mouse. You scroll down with your mouse. Or you scroll up if you wanna go upwards, or you scroll down if you wanna go downwards. So I wanna go down from 140 onto 125. So I scroll down. and that's basically it. And then once you've done that part there, you wanna, now that you've done that, you've got your BPM sorted. Now you wanna start finding your sounds. You wanna start taking your sounds and adding them on your Fruity Loops so that you're getting ready to make the beat of your track. Where do you find your sounds? You find them on the browser. So you go there, look for the browser. The browser is this one, view browser. You click there. Under browser, your sounds will be under these two options here, under MISC and under PAGs. Those are the two most common places to find the sounds. So I'm gonna use sounds that um I'm gonna use sounds that on your Fruity Loops you also have. I'm not gonna use my external sounds. External sounds are the sounds that I collected myself and I put them on my Fruity Loops. So you need to understand that you need to make your own collection of sounds, sound packs, plugins, collect and put them on your Fruity Loops and add them to your Fruity Loops database. That helps a lot because then you have more sounds on your Fruity Loops and more variety of sounds to work with when you're making a track. So you want to do that as well. So what I'll do is I'll use sounds that you have on your Fruity Loops as well. Oh yeah, this is Fruity Loops 11, by the way. I'm using Fruity Loops 11. So yeah. So there's sorry. So odds are the sounds are probably, I know my Fruity Loops already. So the sounds are probably here. The sounds that you have, these sounds here you also have. So yeah. So I'm gonna cut the tutorial here, and then the next tutorial I'm going to be adding the sounds, and I'm going to start laying down the beat. Then I'm going to continue and so forth and so forth and so forth. So for now, all you need to learn is this is where you put your cursor or something and it shows up on the screen. You go there, new form templates, empty to start empty without anything. You've got your different things there, your sounds, you found it at the browser. You want to take your BPM, you want to put it to 125, anything between 123 and 126 for the typical tribal Afro house kind of track. For deep house, you're probably talking about 120, 121, 122, maybe 118 at the extreme most. Anything deeper than that, then yes, that's super, super deep. Yeah, what else is it? Then that's all you need to know for now about the basis of Fruity Loops. So when you open Fruity Loops, do these things here, and then you're good to go. Check out the next tutorial. That's when I start doing the production part of things. Sharp.